Greetings and salutations, folks. My name is Nick, and welcome back to The Outer Worlds. Specifically, the DLC, The Murder on Eridanos, where I feel as though we are getting close. We are very close to the end of the DLC. We're just about to get answers. Not just to the death of Ruth Bellamy, but also...
Gosh, it's actually kind of cheerful. Almost makes you forget they're probably hiding a terrible secret in there.
Yeah, very rainbow-colored conspiracies. But also to, like, what's going on this island with the slugs and the parasites. Like, I would imagine there's something else to that as well. Also, why is the marker over there? Oh, hello. You've got... Oof. Yeesh. You are just covered in parasites. Oof. I wonder if they're covered in more parasites than the ones that I found in previous areas. Like, it would make sense from, like, a plot perspective. Ah, okay. This is where the game is telling me to go. To Rizzo's Distillation Station. Although, here's the thing, like, even though this gives the appearance of something different, like, I feel as though the finale of this is going to be very similar to Spacer's Choice in the previous DLC, in the Peril and Gorgon. Nothing more than a corporation trying to control its citizens, its workers. And is that Ruth Bellamy? Still alive?
It's you. I had a feeling you'd catch up to me sooner or later, Inspector. I was just hoping you'd find me standing over the administrator's corpse.
What in law's name? Halcyon Helen, how are you still alive?
Oh, is that Ludovico I hear? Perfect. I'm so glad he's still in the building. Would you mind letting him know I'm about to blow his whole operation to flinders?
What is a flinder? Could we take a step back and not blow up any buildings while I'm still in them?
That's gonna depend on whether or not you're on my side.
Don't listen to her. How can you possibly trust the word of someone who lacks the decency to stay dead?
You were never my target, Inspector. I've no intention of killing you unless you stand in my way.
Also, why did you kill the constable and the other guy? I'm not going anywhere until I get an explanation.
Brace yourself, Inspector. You're about to learn the biggest secret in the vaporwave industry. Halcyon Helen was never one person. I shared this role with my twin sister, Belinda.
Oh.
Her sister in the ballroom. I can't imagine what she's going through right now.
A twin? The only thing worse than being an only child has gotta be having a perfect sibling. Can you imagine the parents?
Belinda and I were the best kept secret in the business. Nobody could tell us apart. And certainly not a peevish, petty, miserable little worm like Quentin Ludovico. So when I discovered the truth, when I realized what Ludovico was about to unleash on this colony, Belinda paid the price.
So then the question is, who killed Belinda? Well, I'm sorry about Belinda.
So am I. I'm sorry I wasn't there for her. I'm sorry I couldn't protect her. Killing the administrator won't bring her back. But it'll feel good.
So actually, in that case, then I was correct. I did accuse Ludovico
what I had to do.
And he was the murderer.
If it means defending Halcyon's future, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Tell the truth, Ludovico. There's nothing safe about Spectrum Brown. You want to infest this entire colony with those disgusting parasites.
They're not parasites. These creatures are symbiotic life forms. They belong to the highest order of life form, capable of living in perfect harmony with humanity. The symbiotes evoke a feeling of joy in their host, a bliss so pure, so profound as to render the most exquisite recreational substance obsolete. Oh, don't you see, Inspector? I want to bring joy back to Halcyon. I want this colony to smile again.
So basically, this isn't exactly like the Paralon Gorgon. This is closer to the toothpaste makers in the previous quests, in the main game. Like, there's a quest in which scientists attempt to create the ultimate toothpaste. And in doing so, they create this kind of like diet toothpaste that enables it does just as good as any other toothpaste at cleaning teeth, but it also is a hunger word for depressant. Yeah, hunger depressant. There we go. I'll go with that for now. Appetite suppressant. Oh my gosh. I don't even know why that took me so long. So yeah, it was an appetite suppressant, but it also made people blind. It caused blindness as a side effect. And also was very bizarre. In order to make it, they had to use raptidons in order to create the toothpaste. And now in this case, they want to create the ultimate recreational beverage. If a recreational beverage's purpose is to make you happy, then ultimately they're using the slugs, the parasites, as a means towards that end. Helen, you were right. He deserves to die.
Wait, hear me out. I'm not the only one with blood on my hands. I tried to defend Halcyon's future. But what about Helen? What about all the innocent people she's killed?
No one I crossed off was innocent.
That was you in the labs. You killed Dr. Blossom.
Have you met Dr. Blossom? She was practically a reptile. A cold-blooded psychopath who toyed with human lives in the name of scientific advancement. Leora Blossom wasn't a person. She was a weapon in Ludovico's arsenal. You call it murder? I call it disarming my enemy.
I know you killed the Rangers mascot.
The mascot was a spy working for Ludovico. He was ordered to keep an eye on Belinda and I, and report back to his master.
You're being paranoid. I barely knew the fellow.
Don't try to deny it. Anywhere Belinda and I went, that mascot was there, just watching us with those cold, dead eyes.
I found him rummaging through your things.
That doesn't surprise me at all. He was on Ludovico's side, just like the others. Dr. Leora Blossom, Maria Keene, that flackwit of a mascot, they were standing between me and Ludovico, so I did what I had to do. I went through them.
You killed Constable Keene. She was on your side.
She was on Ludovico's side. When she realized I was alive, she refused to stay silent. I gave Maria a chance. I told her about Belinda. I asked for her help, but she turned me down. She was honor-bound to report me to Ludovico. Maria had a duty to her company, and I had a duty to Belinda. We both did what we had to. But in the end, I was the faster shot.
I've heard enough.
You know what you need to do. Help me avenge Belinda. Help me put a stop to this.
Don't listen to her. Listen to me. Throw in with Helen and you destroy Halcyon's only chance at real happiness. Think of the future, Inspector. A lifetime of bliss and joy for every colonist in Halcyon. We can make that happen.
here's the thing. Even if you ignore the parasites that are required to acquire that happiness, even if you ignore the fact that everybody's going to have parasites attached to their body in an attempt to become happy, like, this is a false happiness. This is a lot closer, I suppose, to We Happy Few, in which you have a pill. Like, there's very little difference between a pill, a chemical, a parasite that creates this artificial sense of happiness. It is a happiness not granted by the own person's view of the world around them, but by a chemically altered state. Now, there are arguments that a person can have in regards to utilizing chemicals to modify your own perception of reality. But there's assuming that everybody needs the same solution to acquire happiness. The presumption that everybody would need slug parasites in order to become a happy person. Even if there were no side effects. Let's assume there were no side effects. You were just automatically happy, filled with joy, no matter what you did. Maybe there are probably some people who would elect parasites, or some means of acquiring happiness chemically. But to assume that everybody must take the same solution, forgets the fact that people are very different from each other. Not the individual chemical balances that are within everybody's bodies and everybody's minds is very different. So yeah, I'm gonna say, Helen, I'm with you. Ludovico's out of his mind.
Wow. I can't believe we're running with Halcyon Helen.
We don't have a lot of time. We need to get out of here.
Not so fast. I've sealed the bulkhead doors. You're staying right where you are. I'm sorry to do this to you, Inspector. Truly I am. If it's any consolation, Helen has brought some remarkably powerful explosives. Your death should be instantaneous.
Oh, thanks.
Goodbye, Inspector. Helen, we won't meet again.
Damn it. He sealed us in, but I think I know another way out. Follow me and stay close.
Let's move. Also, Helen's sidekicks usually don't last very long, so hopefully...
Head through that door. There's another way out.
Jump. My hacking. So close. Can I... Do I have will increasing my mind attributes, and actually, do I have a outfit that will better support hacking? Yes, I do. So I can take that.
There. I've opened that door.
Oh, never mind. Is this actually better? No, it is not. All right.
Made it. Nice work, Inspector. We may have put a stop to Ludovico's operations, but he's still at large. He's probably gone into hiding, so we're going to root him out.
What's the plan?
This entire complex has been exposed to those parasites. Law only knows how many they've infected. Most of them won't even know they're carrying a parasite inside of them. If they're showing symptoms, it's probably already too late. Boundless energy, insufferable joy, an almost saccharine attitude of optimism. Then just like that, parasites bursting out of their bodies, fat and wriggling with vital energy.
There must be some kind of pesticide, benign to humans, lethal to parasites.
You're a step ahead of me, Inspector. Clearly a woman of many talents. An airborne pesticide of some kind. I think you may be onto something. Let's meet back at your penthouse. We'll ready our next move.
I'll meet you there.
See you soon, Inspector.
All right. That was shorter than I was expecting, but we also solved the mystery, which it turns out we solved like our guess of it was you, Administrator. Turned out to be perfectly correct, even though it seemed like it was just kind of a guess at the moment, based without any evidence. Alright, let's talk to Ruth over here.
It's strange. When you walk through that door, I half expected to see Belinda. Belinda and I practically shared a life. Losing her feels like losing a limb. She's conspicuous by her absence.
I'm sorry, this must be difficult for you.
I appreciate the sympathy, Inspector. Thank you. I'll appreciate your help even more. We shut down Ludovico's distillation plant, but he's not gonna sit idly by. If he can't use Spectrum Brown to infect the colony, he'll resort to some kind of backup plan. I stole this formula from Dr. Blossom, a failed prototype of Spectrum Brown. Look at this. The prototype had the opposite effect, and actually made you immune to the parasites.
And also slightly depressed instead of incredibly happy.
This is Halcyon. Everyone's already miserable. A little more despair isn't gonna make a difference. We're going to need 2 ingredients. A sample of essence of Sprat, and 1 intact pod of parasite eggs. Cedric's warehouse in the Piraeus spaceport almost certainly carries a batch of Sprat essence. As for the pod, I'd check the Wilderness Reserve if I were you.
Oh, you mean Sprat nucleons? They're commonly used in medical experiments.
I'm glad one of us is an expert. Most of what I know is based on Dr. Blossom's notes. Here's what I understand. Sprats have an adaptive immune system. They don't suffer from the diseases and parasites they carry. It's one reason why you'll see them in every corner of the colony. Dr. Blossom experimented with Sprats and accidentally discovered a way to become immune to the parasites. That's probably when she decided to switch to human testing.
I should be able to synthesize an effective anti-parasitic.
You're a scientist and an inspector? You really are full of surprises. I borrowed a centrifuge from the research lab. Use the ingredients to synthesize an anti-parasitic.
Easy enough.
I'm glad I could count on your expertise. Once you're finished, head to the pilot house. We'll hijack the control system and disperse the cure into the atmosphere. That should kill off most of the parasites.
And get everybody drunk. Not so fast. Let me borrow your needler.
Are you worried I'm gonna shoot you in the back?
I'm already doing all the work. I deserve to feel like an Aetherwave hero.
You're right. You do deserve the spotlight. Here. You take good care of my needle, and it'll take good care of you.
0.12%. Holster the gun.
There is one other thing. While you're at Piraeus Spaceport, have a word with Cedric Kincannon. I know Cedric. There's nothing he wants more than a chance to eliminate Ludovico. We could use him on our side. Best of luck, Inspector. I'm counting on you.
Yeah, I'm fine. What is this? Alright, let's see. How is the Needler? 95. Let's try it out. What are we going to replace with it that we don't really use? We don't really use the Deadeye Hammersmith so much. So let us swap that out.
They got the drop on us.
Ah! We're under attack. Oh my gosh, he just exploded. That went pretty well. What does debilero mean? Life, lost terrain. Huh. So it has multiple... multiple versions of itself. Doesn't really need reloading. Doesn't use ammo. Alright, let's talk to Cedric, who is not here. We're gonna have to try out these other abilities too. Just to see whatever like they actually do. Alternatively, we could look on the inventory, see if this inventory is nice enough to say what it does. Let's see. This weapon fires infinitely refilling tiny flechettes coated in one of 3 potent chemicals. Radolife is a deadly green liquid that slowly damages the target. Costillarian is a corrosive yellow goo that slowly eats away at a target's armor. Debilerol is a numbing purple liquid that slows the target. Huh.
Law, how'd you get in here alive? You are alive, yeah? And not one of them? No, you look clean. Good. You'd better get inside with the other.
Inspector, you made it. Well done. I'm afraid you may find the spaceport is, at the moment, less hospitable than usual. My apologies. Regardless, you must have some purpose here. Do tell.
Ludovico's behind everything. Will you help me take him down?
Oh, my. You mean Lou was up to no good this whole time?
I thought he was just an asshole. Turns out he is an evil asshole.
To be so uncynical. But tell me, why should I help you, Inspector?
Ludovico wants to infect the entire colony with slugs. This is big.
When you put it like that, I would be heartless to say no. You can expect slug support. I'll arrange for my agents to meet you at the distillation station.
Tell them to bring their best weapons and any personal issues they'd like to work out through violence.
I'll do that. I think one of our checkpoint guards is going through a divorce. As thrilled as I am to assist you in taking down Lou, we have barricaded ourselves in here for a reason. I imagine you have a plan for getting out of the spaceport safely?
Shoot my way. I took out some of the infected on the way and should be safer now.
That I'd lose some of my agents to this violence was likely inevitable. Still, that is sad news, Inspector. Kindly save all further bloodshed for Ludovico.
I'm working with Helen to create an anti-parasitic. We need essence of Sprat.
With Helen? You don't say.
Yeah. It's a longer story than we have time for.
That's not terribly surprising, considering present circumstances. This anti-parasitic, it would restore my people to their original, non-infected selves? Safely?
Well, except for the ones that I shot. It's the best chance we have.
Well, I'll take my people's probable cure over their guaranteed death. Coincidentally enough, Slut can supply you with Essence of Sprat. Ella Tinsley, the warehouse foreman, you remember her? There's a package on the desk in her office. You'll find the Essence of Sprat you need in there.
Ah. Was that the stolen package? Who ordered Essence of Sprat anyway?
Oh, I wouldn't like to say. A customer-supplier confidentiality and all that. Now then, is there anything else I can do for you while you're here?
That's all for now.
Ugh, essence of Sprat? Why would anybody keep a vial of... Never mind, I don't want to know.
Alright, can I fast travel out of here? I cannot. Then the question is, can I fast travel out of the space station? Or should I say, the spaceport? Ah, I cannot fast travel while near hostile. So let's get out of the spaceport real quick. Without shooting anybody else. There we go. What did we need to get here? An egg pod. A parasite egg pod. Who are...
By imagining wealth, I can evoke prosperity out of the universe.
Oh. Yeah, this is the, this is where, what's-her-face had her, had her thing. Is there a way for me to go upstairs faster? Like, I noticed there's a staircase here to the left, or was that just the way I came in? Yes, that's just the way that I came in. Maybe I can avoid killing them. Never mind. That lasted for so long. Oh, here we go. For some reason, it reloads every time I open up a door. I wonder if that's because it's not really reloading, but switching? Oh my. Yeah. It is very interesting that I don't really have to do anything here. Like, you would expect a little bit more, but it just kind of, like, teases the entrance to this, parasite lair. But for now, let's get out of here. Mix these two chemicals. Save the colony, save this place from utter destruction. If I can... oh. There we go. Pour in the essence of sprat and parasite eggs. The essence of sprat smells vaguely like the Rest and Go on the Groundbreaker, or possibly the Cantina in Edgewater. It's difficult to place, but your eyes water at the same time. The parasite eggs sink into concoction, sizzling. You activate the centrifuge. The device does its work without any additional input from you. A swirl of bright colors entertains your eyes, and a few moments later you hear a bright chime. You see a small label stuck against the side of the device. The label reads, Rizzo's Laboratory Centrifuge. No training required. All Rizzo's laboratory equipment has been designed for use by the unschooled worker. Insert ingredients, push buttons, and watch it spin. Rizzo's proprietary technology. So easy, a Spacer's Choice worker could use it. You see another smaller label under that one. It reads, Discontinued Model, Spacer's Choice Proprietary Technology. I love it. Also, kind of because that happens in real life. Let's see, I guess I can't fast travel there. So let's... yeah, I can't even fast travel to the distillation station. So let's fast travel to the entrance to the hotel, and then hoof it from there. We are going over there. The trick is figuring out which bridge takes me there, and it looks like it's this bridge over here. I am just going to run. If anybody wants to chase me, they know where I'm going. That-a-way.
Weren't you looking for a new hat? Indeed.
Excuse me, folks. Don't mind me. Rizzo's. Hello. How are all of you? Don't mind me. Also, sorry whoever you are who is being attacked by a whole bunch of hosts.
Greeting protocols suspended. All non-essential protocols suspended. Phaeton is standing by for larval compound dispersal.
Disperse this instead.
Affirmative. Dispersing. Incoming message from Rizzo's installation station.
What have you done? What in law's name have you done? You hijacked our atmosphere. Are you trying to kill us all? No. You're trying to kill my symbiotes. I'm not going to let you destroy everything I've built. I can still fix this. I can undo the damage you've done.
End of transmission.
Well, seems like now I've got to deal with Administrator Ludovico once and for all. Oh, did you die? You did. Sorry. Where are you? Okay. What is the name of this quest? The beast that shouted love at the heart of the world. Oh my goodness, is that an awesome name for a quest? Now, does this directly connect? It kinda sorta does. Okay, that's fine. Oh, damn it. That's what I get for going off-road. Ah, hello. You're still alive.
Rizzo cares about the happiness of his family. Spacer's Joyce can't say that.
Maybe they care a little bit too much. And also, if they cared about the happiness of their family, then they wouldn't be trying to poison them with parasites.
I say, this pocket watch has someone's initials inscribed on it.
Must be an antique.
But aren't those your initials?
But for now, let us see if we can solve this. Yeah, I would imagine the only person left to fight against might be either the Administrator, or maybe if he still has some of his own goons control the parasites. And yeah, I was wondering why I wasn't going into the entrance, but rather going around to the side. I guess they were saving the entrance to the Rizzo's distillation facility for the end. No, Receptionist Embry. The shriek was all Helen needed, for she cocked back a Hammersmith brand explosive parcel, which she had deftly stolen from the Marauder Armory hours earlier, and hurled it into the monster's mouth. Enjoy it. It's a meal deserving of one such as yourself. And without further hesitation, Helen activated the detonator. As the explosion echoed through the room, spattering the walls with blue bits of giant slug, Helen could not help but feel elated. A crippling blow dealt to the enemies of the colony's profit margins. This would not be the last, of course, but wherever there were enemies of the board, she would be there to fight them, and one day she was sure there would no longer be anyone left to threaten the colony's peaceful productivity. Next month's issue will contain The Tossball Terror, or Halfback Henry's Greatest and Final Game. Send 2 bits gratuity to view our free catalog. Send us money, and you'll get to look at this thing that's free. Alright, not too much liking that one. Oh, this is the Rideau life.
I just wanted to make you smile.
Just wanted to make you smile.
I did not realize I had switched over to the other effects, which probably wouldn't really work so well on these guys. Probably the way to go for like the other ones. At the very least, the armor one is probably good on robots. Whereas the Rideau life probably would work fine for this group.
Wonder what they were storing down here. Were they getting ready for the launch of Spectrum Brown?
Yeah, probably.
This place really could use.
Not gonna let no one bring me down.
I think I need to improve my skills with
I just want to be your friend. Want to give you a
with science weapons first. Because I haven't really used any, gotten any perks that would enable me to do well with it. There we go. That's a lot faster.
smile.
They're on us.
Oh my. Who needs to see anything but a purple haze? Also, Ludovico said he had some plan that would circumvent what I had just done. And I'm wondering what that plan
I don't know
is.
what we're gonna find in there, but based on what we've seen so far, I'd say be ready for anything.
Do you know what's the best way to be ready for anything? Is save your game. That way you can be ready for anything.
Yes, I know you're hungry. Be patient. I'll feed you soon enough. Just a guest. The one I told you about. The inspector. Welcome. We were just talking about you.
Are you? There's someone behind you, or something. Is there a giant slug or parasite attached to his back?
You and I are standing in the presence of royalty. Don't worry. You'll meet her soon enough. I know what you've done. Hijacked Phaeton. Contaminated the air we breathe with your poison. You think you've saved this colony? All you've done is robbed Halcyon of its last chance at real happiness. And you've angered my queen.
I know you're about to start a monologue. I don't care. Or inspiration. Am I the only one tired of listening to this guy?
Nope. Not even a little.
Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to feed you to the queen, and then I'm going to find a way to repair the damage you've done. Don't be afraid. She can smell fear, and it makes her absolutely ravenous. Your Highness, dinner is served.
Wait,
no, not me. Damn! Merciful law! Stop!
And there goes Ludovico.
Here they come!
Excellent. All right. Let's get out of here. Actually, let's loot the queen. Can I? Am I able to? I could take his clothes. Ooh. And his N-ray gun. Fancy. Who are you?
You made it. I guess happy customers really are repeat customers. Here, I had something I wanted to give you. This is a golden ticket, good for one free tour of the Purpleberry Orchards. This is my way of showing you that I appreciate you just for being alive.
That's it?
Well, no, I suppose I appreciate you for all types of reasons. For example, despite your obvious talent for violence, you're not killing me.
You could have helped me.
That's a reasonable point, friend. But it turns out you didn't need my help at all. I do regret the untimely demise of our broodmother, but my passenger is flooding my brain with all sorts of happy feelings, so I don't mind all that much.
Passenger?
Oh, that's what I call the slug I've bonded with. It's gonna be a part of me until I pass through the gates of oblivion and my atoms scatter into the void.
Thanks, Harwell. He probably could have drank some Rizzo's Brown, though. Alright, let's see about getting the hell out of here. Or do I get a nice fancy shortcut so I don't have to walk all the way back up? Oh, I'm gonna have to go back through all these elevators. Alright, 1 second. Oh, no wait, this is elevator straight out. Excellent. And of course, let us go talk to... Alright, Cedric.
There's only room for one slug boss on Eridanos.
Is that it? Okay. Helen?
I must have dreamed up 100 different ways to kill Ludovico. I'll be honest, eaten alive by the queen of the brain slugs wasn't on that list.
You sound disappointed.
Is that so strange?
No.
I imagine this moment would be a little more cathartic. But Belinda's still gone, and I don't feel all that different.
Revenge won't bring your sister back.
I know. You're right. I can't go back to the way things were. I can't return to my old life because it was never my life to begin with. It was shared. Never mind, you don't need to listen to this. Thank you again for your help, Captain. I never would have made it this far without you.
Goodbye. All right. And let's see what Ada has to say. And then the murder on Eridanos is done. Oh my... Oh, jeez. Why must... Ugh. There we go. So now that I'm finally finishing the murder on Eridanos, I can finally go around to finishing this actual game, which I have yet to do. I've been holding back until I was done with DLC.
Welcome back, Captain. Or shall I call you Inspector? What can I do for you?
I'm not the inspector anymore. I finished the Eridanos job.
During your absence, I passed the time by simulating a number of hypothetical conclusions to this case. Unfortunately, my understanding of the facts is limited, and my appraisal of the individuals involved is not flattering. Therefore, my conclusions are inaccurate.
Alright, humor me. Who do you think killed Halcyon Helen?
My simulations have yielded several possible causes of death. Halcyon Helen may have been killed by one or all of the following: asphyxiating on Rizzo's Spectrum Brown, grappling with a primal while inebriated, killed by an overzealous fan, death by automechanical, or profound loneliness. How close were my estimations?
Why don't I just tell you what happened?
Please, do so.
The real killer, it's complicated. The real killer was Administrator Ludovico.
Administrator Ludovico killed Halcyon Helen? I have been programmed to simulate contempt and mild surprise. Mr. Ludovico had the audacity to hire you to solve a murder he committed? I am contemptuous and mildly surprised. This information is valuable to me. I will update my behavior simulation protocol accordingly. Thank you, Captain.
No problem.
How can I be of assistance?
I'm in the mood for some entertainment.
Captain, what would you like to hear?
I'd like to hear a joke.
Two atoms were strolling through Roseway when one of them exclaimed, "I think I lost an electron." "Really?" the other asked. "Are you sure?" "Yes, I'm absolutely positive."
Excellent. That's enough for now.
As you wish, Captain. I must comply with all direct orders.
And that's where we're going to stop for the night. Got any suggestions for something to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.